Hello, I'm Janna, and welcome back to the Crafty Corner. Today we're going to be continuing our journey with Create This Book. We're going to be creating 3 new spreads today, and of course we're going to be using all distress products. So let's go ahead and dive right in and see what we create. All right, let's open the book and see what we're working on today. So we're going to be working on a page for nostalgia. Now, I'd already started this page when filming cut out, but we can start working on the other half of the page, and then we'll save this page as a surprise after we finished our collage on this side. So we're going to go ahead and bring the camera down just a bit so we're mostly focusing on this one page. Okay. Now, for nostalgia, I decided that I wanted to do some collaging, and we're going to be using a whole bunch of elements that I've either pre-made for other projects, and we've got some scraps from other things that I've been working on, and we've got a whole bunch of ideology ephemera parts and pieces that we can add into our collage page. And the whole idea is nostalgia, so of course we're using all things vintage. All right, I'm going to be bringing in some collage medium, and the first thing that I will do will be to spread this all over our page. I'm going to just put down a good foundation, and then we can start building. And the building is the fun part of the whole process. Now, you definitely could be applying the collage medium with a paintbrush, but I personally prefer to use my fingers. I don't mind a bit of mess, and the stuff wipes off pretty easily. All you need is a cloth off to the side. All right, so first things first, we're going to put down a foundation. I want to use this oval as one of my starting points. And then I've got this large section here. I think we'll just add that in on the side. A bit more collage medium. I'm going to remove my clip for the moment. Let's see, we're going to place this down. Yeah, I like the placement of that. And I will take a little bit more collage medium and just kind of run that over the top to make sure that everything is going to be sealed to our page. All right. It's a good start. Let's see, I want a couple more fairly large pieces to stick in here, and then we'll start working on some of the smaller details. Oh, this one I like, but I think I want to tuck that under here. It's okay, that can be lifted still. All right. And go ahead and add some more collage medium. All right, this is a fairly decent foundation. Let's go ahead and put the rest of this on fast forward as we continue to build our layers. Okay, so we finished the collage on the side of the page, and this is the collage that I'd already done. Now I just want to fill in some of the blank spots with a bit of distress crayon, and we're going to be using some milled lavender. So I'm just going to open that up, and I'm going to be scribbling around the edges and then just blending that in with my finger. Since we've got collage medium down as a base, the distress crayon is going to slide very smoothly over the surface. And that will give us a nice blend to our background. All right, so we're just going to keep scribbling that on, smush that in. Definitely liking the effect that this is giving. And a little bit more around here. And I'm going to put a little bit of distress crayon around the bird as well, just to kind of bring attention to it. There we go. Pretty good. And I will do the same thing on the other page. Just work our way around there. Smudge. All right. A little bit more here. And a dash along the bottom. Definitely liking the way this is turning out. This has definitely got that feeling of nostalgia, and there's something about milled lavender that, just makes me think of kind of Victorian colors. All right. Here we are. This is our finished spread for nostalgia. We have got all sorts of wonderful ideology pieces on here, all vintage things. We've got flowers, butterfly, vintage style paper. We kind of got a little Victorian clock going on here. And then over here, We've got all sorts of pieces that look like it could be like old worn wallpaper. We've got the lacy trim, and we have a little girl all dressed up. So I definitely think we got nostalgia right here. Okay, let's move on to the next segment. For the next piece, we are going to be investigating making some stripes. We're going to cover this page in stripes, and I also get to pull in a brand new tool. So to start our next page, we are making stripes, and to create stripes, we're going to be using the new Tim Holtz rotary cutter. And I'm going to be cutting up a whole bunch of scraps into stripes that we will be able to glue to our page. So just clear that off. I'm going to put this here, and we're going to create some stripes. So I'm just going to take this. Now we push down and we push slightly in so that the blade is meeting the metal strip. And oh my word, that is ridiculously satisfying. That cuts so beautifully, and it's very, very easy to get nice, even cuts every time. I really do like that. Okay, so I'm just going to finish slicing up the rest of this paper, and then we'll move on to some more pieces. Okay, that's a good start. We're going to go ahead and put this on fast forward as I cut down the rest of these scrap pieces. Is our completed layout using the prompt stripes. Here we have cut up a whole bunch of scraps using the new Tim Holtz rotary tool, which cuts like a dream. And now we have a beautiful collage of stripes. So it is time to move on to our next prompt. Let's see, I'm going to turn the page. I need to find my next bookmark. All right, that's always a little tricky. There are so many pages in here and so many good prompts. All right, that's kind of back at the beginning. Here we are. Our next prompt is choose one color. Now, there are many wonderful colors of distress, and thankfully there are many colors that are within the same color family and appear in a variety of different products. So, of course, the color that I absolutely must choose is blue. We're going to be pulling in a whole variety of different blue distress products and see what we can make on this page. All right, I'll be right back. I need to go on a little scavenger hunt and start digging up all things blue. Okay, I have a whole bunch of blue things. Let's go ahead and pull them in and see what I found. So I'm going to start with some of the distress crayons. We've got a mixture of pearlescent and standard ones. We've got faded jeans, snow flurries, blueprint sketch, speckled egg, salty ocean, chip sapphire, winter frost, broken china, stormy skies, and mermaid lagoon. So these are just the crayons. Let's set these over here. Then let's move into the pencils. For pencils, I've got peacock feathers, tumbled glass, salty ocean, faded jeans, prize ribbon, speckled egg, and mermaid lagoon. So that's a few. Then we've got some distress glazes. Here I decided to pull prize ribbon, broken china, Uncharted Mariner, and Salty Ocean. Then moving into the inks, I decided to just pull the ones I had in small cube form. We've got Salty Ocean, Chipped Sapphire, Mermaid Lagoon, Broken China, Blueprint Sketch, and Prize Ribbon. So put those right here. Then I also decided to pull in two of the oxides. We've got Uncharted Mariner and Salty Ocean. Then moving over into Distress Paint, we've got Peacock Feathers, Prize Ribbon, Faded Jeans, Tumbled Glass, Mermaid Lagoon, Blueprint Sketch, Stormy Skies, Uncharted Mariner, Broken China, Salty Ocean, and Speckled Egg. Now, in addition to the mediums, I also found a few pieces. I've got this die-cut butterfly that happens to be blue, and then I also have some ideology pieces as well as some other die cuts. Die-cut heart, another circle, oval, and then these are the ideology pieces that I found as well. And these will make some nice additions to our all blue page. My train of thought at this point is to kind of do a little bit of a swatch on the journal page, and that's going to give me an easy foundation to work on. And then I can go in and collage, and then I'll go back and maybe stamp a bit. I might even use some of the distressed glazes as a bit of resist. I think I might do that first if I do the resist with the glazes, and then I can layer the other things over the top. So I think that will be our starting point. So I'm just going to move everything off to the side, and then we can get started on our journal page. So looking at the glaze choices, I think I want to use Uncharted Mariner with Salty Ocean. Those two go together really well. And we're going to be pulling in some stamps. Let's see. I want to use the background from the inspector. And I'm also going to pull in a flourish of some sort. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to take the dabber and we're going to ink that up and then place that right down onto the page. I think I'll start with the letters first. And we'll just pull that out of here. I'm going to put that right down here on the side, and I'm going to use the distressed dabber to add on the embossing ink. Just give that a good tap and make sure that we've got some good coverage on the stamp before we place it down. Alright, that looks good. I'm just going to quickly stamp that out. I'm not overly worried about this being perfect. I just want something on here to start the background. Alright, that should be good. Alright, and then we will quickly add a little bit of the Salty Ocean. Just going to sprinkle that along here, and I'll grab some scrap paper so that I can tip the extra back into the bottle. Alright, this should work. I'm going to quickly tilt that, and we'll shake that off. Okay, not bad. Just going to sprinkle a little bit more on here. I think we kind of missed a few spots. It's okay. Alright, so we're going to put the rest of this on fast forward while I finish glazing, and then we will be back to do a little bit of swatching. Okay, and our embossing is done. This isn't too bad. So the next part that I'm going to be doing will be to start smudging Distress Crayon on our background and adding in some of the Distress pencils as well. I also might work my way in from the corners with a little bit of ink, and then the last layer will be paint. So we're going to go ahead and put this part on fast forward, and then we'll talk a little bit about the background once it's all done. our background using the Distress inks and oxides, Distress crayons, and Distress pencils. That is definitely all blue, and I'm liking the different effects that we have here. We've got the glaze at the very bottom acting as a resist. We have the smudginess of the crayons, and then the oxide is definitely oxidizing in places, and we even have little patches of shimmer from the pearlescent crayon as well. So the next thing I'm going to do will be to add some paint splotches in here, and this is going to be pretty abstract, and once we have that down, then I will be going in with the collage pieces and adding them to the pages to finish everything off. So we're going to be pulling in a whole bunch of distress paints, and we're going to start adding little drips and drops here and there. All right, let's go ahead and put this on fast forward. Here is our completed background. Now we're going to be adding in our collage elements. So I just want to grab some collage medium, and we're just going to start placing things down, and we'll see how this turns out. So I'm going to start with my large pieces first and stick them onto the background, and then we will start layering everything up. My two focal points are going to be the butterfly and these flowers. I'm going to add just like a little bit of blue to the flowers so it will fit our theme. Okay, so continue taking our large pieces and just sticking them down. I'm not really doing anything in any particular order at the moment. It's just find stuff, stick it down. I find with collage in particular that if I overthink things too much, I will spend a ridiculous amount of time trying to create something and then very much getting stuck. So I like to just grab pieces and then start placing them. Okay, so those are our larger pieces. Now we can start with some of these smaller pieces, and then we'll get into detail pieces and then focal points. All right. Collage medium is so great for this. I love how the drying time is so quick and that you don't really need to spend a lot of time sitting there holding stuff waiting for it to dry. Okay. Next piece. Oh, it's upside down. I'd rather have it like this. Good. And now for some smaller pieces. All right. Oh, I like that. Cool. And now we've got these over here. There was such a good variety in the last ephemera pack. I liked how everything was kind of chosen by color groupings, and that is making this particular project so much easier. Okay. That's good. Like that. Let's see. That looks like some alcohol ink. That's a nice contrast. And we got a circle. Let's put that here. And I've got a hexagon. I'm going to put that over here. And now I'm going to add the butterfly as the focal point on this side. And I think I want to pull in some foam squares. Otherwise the butterfly isn't going to stick too well. Let's see. Foam squares right here. Okay. Just grabbing these. I think 4 of them should work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And that will have that side completed. I really enjoyed this little art challenge, trying to only create using one color, and Distress was really perfect for this. There are just so many lovely shades of blue. I almost had too many choices in all of the mediums to narrow it down to include everything that I wanted to on here. I think I even left off archival inks, and that too would have been fun to add. Okay, like that. Now, for the flowers, let's see. I think I want to just go in with a little bit of blueprint sketch. So I'm going to put that here. I've got a little blueprint sketch off to the side, and I'm going to kind of water it down just a little bit and then add it to the flower. Okay. I don't want to go too heavy or else I'm going to lose some of the detail, but we can go over this lightly to get some lovely color. Ooh. That is turning out really well. Very happy with that. Okay. Good. You know what? I think I want a second blue for the leaves. Why not? And I'm going to take just a teeny tiny bit of peacock feathers. That will give me a nice contrast, but still remain blue. There we go. Ooh, like that. Definitely like that a lot. Okay, adding this on here. Getting that onto the leaves. Good. Now I just need to give this a very quick dry, and then we will add this back to our page, and that will be a complete page. Okay, and here are the altered flowers, and this is from the Ideology set engravings. So we're just going to add a little bit of glue, and then this is going to completely finish off this page set prompt. Choose one color, which we most definitely did. We chose blue, and this is very blue. Okay. Pages complete. So let's just do a quick recap of what we have created today. So today we were working on the theme of nostalgia. So we created a fun vintagey backdrop, very nostalgic, lots of kind of Victorian elements. And then we jumped into the theme of stripes. We created a page and we cut up a whole bunch of scraps using the new Tim Holtz rotary tool, and we've got some lovely stripes. Then our last page was choose one color, and here we went with the color blue. Really, in the colors of distress, blue, there are just so many wonderful choices, and this was such a fun page to put together. We used many of the Ranger mediums such as the paint, distress crayons, distress colored pencils, distress ink, distress oxide. We used quite a few things. We even snuck in a little bit of alcohol ink here. So we've got some die cutting, and we've got a whole bunch of ephemera and collage from Ideology. This was lots of fun, and I couldn't be happier with the results. Thank you so much for joining me here today at the Crafty Corner. And until next time, happy crafting.